Hey there, guys. So, Gumi is doing Gumi things, and we're swapping the order of the events again. We're getting Arden Series Boss Battle this week. We weren't really expecting this. Series boss battles from this point forward are pretty easy, so I just loaded up my Chaos team, made some small adjustments, and we're going to be going in and previewing the fight. We're going to use Warrior of Light for mostly his barriers and his mitigation. He's not really here for tanking because the boss ignores provoke. We're going to be using Fina for just buffing and healing and such. We're going to use Charlotte for covering magic, and this is something weird for the fight. Charlotte is built full evasion. She's 100% evasion as a magic tank. That's kind of weird that building your magic tank for physical evasion, but it does work on the Arden fight because of the mechanics of the fight. Also, the whole team is immune to paralyze. That's kind of important. Riku is going to be our breaker. You want a breaker that can do Mirage. It's not required. You can do it without Mirage, but Mirage is pretty helpful here. Even if you don't want to bring a breaker with it, you could bring like just a Mirage caster on their own without the breaker slot. We're going to use Kadaj because, like I said, he's pretty close to Global's power level. Mine's got really low defense. I should probably fix that. I'm probably not going to bother. Whatever. If he dies, I'll just re-raise him. And then the friend we're bringing is same thing. Mortix's Kadaj. Better gear than mine. Got low defense, but it's fine. Alright, so Arden ignores Provoke for his single targets, but these single target attacks can be Mirage, like I mentioned, even though they ignore Provoke. He does some AoE magic attacks, and he does an AoE hybrid attack. And the AoE hybrid attack is the one that can be evaded and covered with magic. Okay, so here's the Paralyze. Annoying, but we'll just deal with it. Alright, let's cure the Paralyze, and let's do a stat buff. Riku will break the boss and give us Mirage. Warrior of Light will give us mitigation this turn. We'll cover magic with Charlotte. And Kadaj will use his cooldowns to start powering up. This fight has the usual, you've got 20 turns to win for the best mission. Take longer than that, it's not a problem, you just won't get the final mission. So here's the magic attack. We don't have full mitigation yet. It hurt quite a bit, as you can see. But we're going to have mitigation this turn. Alright, let's do magical mitigation. Let's have Warrior of Light do physical mitigation. Let's have Fina heal, and we'll just heal twice. Alright, Riku will Mirage and fill limit gauge for the team. And Kadaj will imbue himself, and then Imperil and Mod Boost. Alright, so imbue, Imperil, and Mod Boost. And we'll start doing our damage. So I don't remember the threshold, that I should have looked this up. But I think at 80% is when he starts doing the hybrid attack. Alright, so there's the random target attacks that ignore Provoke. We Mirage some of them hit. As you see, even if they hit, it's not that big a deal. Mirage helps, it's definitely not required. Alright, let's go ahead and chain 3 times. This will probably push the boss to the 50% threshold. Yep, we did. So he's going to lock hit points here. Let's go ahead and re-raise that. Pop that cooldown. We'll just heal with Warrior of Light. Fina will do Manatopia and Shining Shear. This turn, the boss is going to buff, and he's going to end his turn, I believe. I haven't done this fight in a long time. It's so easy. It doesn't even matter. Alright, so he buffed himself. That's 100% magic and attack buff. Obviously, when that happens, got to get rid of it. We're going to dispel that. We're going to break him again. We'll go ahead and use Riku's limit for the breaks. Kadaj will just reload his attacks after Riku finishes. I don't want to break this. Alright, Warrior of Light, let's see here. We will refresh physical mitigation. Charlotte will just refresh magical mitigation. Alright, there's the hybrid attack, as you saw. Charlotte covered it and evaded it. Now that hybrid attack does very, very, very high damage. If you're not evading that attack with a magical tank, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt pretty bad. But with a magical evasion tank, it's like, who cares? Alright, so we gotta repower our Kadaj. Let's see, we'll just do... Oh wait a minute, wrong skill. We'll do Mirage and Limit Fill with Riku. Warrior of Light. Like, Warrior of Light is literally only here for his physical mitigation buff. That's really all he's doing here. Fina will Shining Cheer and Prime Heal. Charlotte, I guess we'll just refresh one first. Whatever. Yeah, this is pretty much the rest of the fight. Like, he does that hybrid attack a bunch, and a few random target attacks that ignore provoke. That's really all he does. Can't hurt me, because I've got an evasion magical tank. Yeah. Easy fight. Alright, Kadaj, let's go ahead and do your Imbue Power, and then we'll finish the guy the turn after. Let's refresh that. We'll use her cooldown just for the sake of it, and Fina will Manatopia Shining Cheer. Yeah, that's all it does. That's all it does every turn. Some random target attacks that you can't provoke, that can be miraged, and that that big hybrid attack that your magical cover tank will evade. And goodbye, Arden. Oh, he locks hit point again. Duh. Whatever. Let's go ahead and refresh breaks. To refresh that. Fina will do stats and heal over time. Yeah, he locks again. I think he might even go immune for a turn. I don't remember. This fight was so forgettable. What are you doing, dude? You're buffing. Oh, you heal. That's right. Oh, that's right. He heals against an attack buff you can't remove, so the random target attacks hit a little bit harder. But not enough to really matter. Yeah, goodbye. Alright, so that was with Kadaj. He's a free unit that we get on JP. He's about the power level of Eric. So, yeah. Very exciting. This fight's slightly harder than Chaos, which we should have gotten, and I mentioned how Chaos was really easy. This one is only a tiny bit more difficult, and even then, the only dangerous thing on the entire fight was turn 1, because mitigations weren't up yet. It's the only thing. Anyway, there's our preview. See you guys next time.